Alright, I've been on a roll with my podcast, so let's keep that momentum going. So, today I will discuss spirituality and what my opinion is on spirituality. So, growing up, my mom was Buddhist. My dad wasn't very religious. I guess his religion was like just taking care of restaurants, spending it on loved ones, and kind of living his own wild life, just doing his own thing, not answering to anybody in a way that inspires me, to not have to stick to the status quo and kind of just do what, because I do think so many people follow the normal path of getting married, having kids, settling down. But no, my dad was like, fuck it, I'm gonna move around, do what I want, kind of live my own life. I don't need nobody. I don't know if he's happy, It'd be interesting just to kind of call him up. Maybe I'll call him up today, see how he's doing. But spirituality to me means being connected to every single person who you meet, that you are one. Like when I meet a truck driver, right now I'm driving, I am that truck driver. When I see a building, I can see it for the beauty that it is, or I can see it as just nothing, that it's not a live object, right? It's an inanimate object. Or I can see it as an extension of who I am, right? I think it's much more empowering to look at a truck or a tree or a flower or this oil, anything, as who I am. I think it's beautiful when I see that. I believe in science. I think string theory is interesting. I think quantum physics is interesting. I think dark matter is interesting. I think sparks, neutrons, electrons are interesting. Ultimately, I believe in people. I believe in our species, that we can make this. I believe the earth is mad at us for treating it like shit, and that's why we have this pandemic. I think it's like, hey, stay in, stop driving so much, stop littering, stop polluting, stop killing your neighbors. Why don't we come together with a solution instead of kill people that aren't our skin colors, that don't believe in the same God as we do. I believe in having space to grow, being in touch with our inner child. I believe in curiosity, and I believe in optimism. I believe in human beings, not human doings, even though I'm guilty as being a human doing a lot of times. I do think there's times where I step into my being, which is, I think it is good to have doing as well, because you can be all you want, but if no one is doing shit, or knowing is taking action, then it almost doesn't matter, right? I do think that you need to have a good balance of both, right? I know some people who can be the most philosophical people and ultimately are miserable at home, not really causing any change. And I know people that are spinning their wheels doing things, and I'm guilty as well. There's been times where I've just been hustling and working my ass off, and doesn't necessarily mean I'm the most successful person, but sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, I love you. There's a guy who, we have a head of mindfulness at LinkedIn, and there was a guy he brought in named Josh Abramson, who is called the I love you guy, and he starts every conversation with I love you. And it's been very powerful, actually, for me, starting my conversations with I love you. It's been interesting to see people's response. But ultimately, it's not even fake. Like, I do love people, you know, even people who I don't love initially. I do love them. I love every single person, even though sometimes it takes me longer to eventually love someone. But I do love the lesson that he or she gives me. Like, there's certain people I meet who I can't connect with initially, but then afterwards I find in them myself. And that was a very powerful realization for me, to know that eventually every single person. So right now I want you to think of the most annoying person that you know. I'll think of one too, because I think this is always a humbling experience. But let me visualize that person. Okay. Yeah. And just thinking about that person, I do feel for their pain, some of the suffering that they encounter sometimes, the unluckiness that they have, that they do care about their friends, and how beautiful it is that they do have all these friends. Yeah, just having more compassion for that person is such a powerful exercise. Well, I am driving and just realized this is probably unsafe that I'm doing this, so just having compassion for my fellow drivers and society and the world, and all you beautiful people. Cheers. Love you.